Boxing, it's a dangerous sport. Like, we've literally seen people die in the ring. That's where I come from. A listing appointment should never make me nervous. I will never wave the white flag when I'm fighting. And it's similar in real estate of like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be successful. I know for sure I want to give them what I did have. And that was a lot of love and a lot of support. I know if I can just support my kids the same way they supported me, they're going to figure it out.
Welcome to All I Do, the space where real stories, mindset, and strategy come together to move people forward. I'm Bridget, and today I've got someone in the ring with me who's no stranger to the grind.
Yes.
He's consistent, he's relentless, and he's respected for the way he shows up day in and day out. Top producing realtor and market center leader with the most units sold in 2024, Diego Abregu.
Wow, thank you so much.
I actually wanted like Diego Abregu.
That would have been good.
I should have done it.
I'm not complaining. That was a great introduction.
Okay,
so thank you, Bridget, for having me on. It's a pleasure to be here.
I wanted you here since the first conception of this podcast.
Okay.
And we don't know each other that well. I don't think we really had too many like one-on-one conversations.
It's true.
And I was so nervous to ask you.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I'm surprised. I think you've always been so kind and sweet. I mean, it was like a quick yes. You saw I responded right away.
But that's the thing. Like, we weren't friends.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like, how do I ask? But that video, like, that's where I want to start. The Alliance Group had an award ceremony.
Yeah.
They were announcing your award. It was this walk up. It was the music.
Yeah.
It was the support from the room. The solid dap from Kyle.
That was funny.
And then Sarvi is like in the back. Just
I saw it in the video. It was funny.
Yes, I just loved everything about it.
It was a special moment for sure.
Yeah, tell me how you felt.
So I felt amazing. It's funny. I was telling Nick and Sarvi beforehand, I was like, I may have won like third in units sold. I'm not really sure. Third in one of the awards. All right, now we're announcing Keller Williams Line and Gateway. I was thinking, I wonder if I were to get third, right? And then they announced Kristen, who's an agent in our office, Kristen DeVelli, who also does a ton of business. And I was like, dang, I forgot all about Kristen.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh man, there goes my, it's all good. It's just in fun.
Year.
Yeah, exactly. There goes next year. And then they said Greg Wells at number 2.
Wow.
And then I was like, who won number 1? I was like very curious. And then they said Diego Abregu. You should just see my face. I was looking around like, what?
Wait, who?
Yeah, I was like, for real? And just had a real good laugh, but it was a lot of just enjoyment, proud for sure. And it was very cool to see the entire room really just supportive. They were happy for me. I could feel like genuine happiness. And that's really cool because I respect a lot of people in that office. I've been with KW Line and Gateway my entire career, which is, this is my 8th year in the business. Just looking up to a lot of people and just being able to win that award.
So walk me through the year. So how many units was it?
I believe it was 38 units. So some of those units, my brother and I, we're not necessarily a team, but we are like partners. And there's some deals that we do, you could say like 50-50 or so. We get credited half units for those units. So I believe accumulating everything together was about 38 units. I think as a team, we did a little over 50 or close to 50 or so. If you consider it a team, right? Those words can be considered different things in real estate, but 38 units, I believe it was.
So was that your goal?
It wasn't my goal. I didn't have a units goal. I had a volume goal of 15 million in volume.
Okay.
A few years ago, I had a slow start to the year, and then I counted my numbers and I realized I was not close to being on pace to hit my goals of families held, volume, transactions, however you want to measure it. And then that same month, this was probably like 3 years ago, I decided I'm going to stop being so obsessed over this and just focus on the work, focus on helping people, focus on the actions. And then I ended up having a great year. And ever since then, I kind of do the same thing. Obviously, I need to track and I do check in to see where I'm at occasionally, but it's not as often as one may think, just because I'm so lost in the work. And then like once the end of the year comes around, I'll get a better idea of how the year went overall. This year,
I don't want to hear that. Like, I'm all about
I know you are. A lot of people are. And a lot of people tell me when they hear me say that, like, you're crazy. And I understand, I'm not perfect. And I think that's one thing you'll learn in this podcast. I'm not perfect. I'm just very consistent. I work very hard. And I do some things very well.
It's like if you do the right behaviors, numbers,
Yeah.
then the results will come.
Last year was great. It was awesome. It was an amazing feeling. But it's in the past. Like I'm just focused on new goals, helping more people, and just trying to grow and have fun doing it all. Because this business can be very tiring if you let it be. But if you find like the joy in it, it's a lot of fun for sure.
So new goals. What is your goal for this year?
Okay, we're talking volume. It is 25 million.
Okay, so you ended at around 19.
Yeah,
last year.
19.7.
Okay.
So let's say around 20.
Okay, round up.
No, and 50 families helped.
Wow.
If you come out my brother, I told him we should be able to do 40 million together.
Okay. To get there, what does that daily routine look like?
It's very consistent. I can walk you through pretty much everything. So this whole year, for the most part, there are some days that I slip up. I do have 3 kids at home.
And you had one in 2024, right?
Yeah, so I have 2 babies that are 5 and 1. They'll be 6 and 2 in May. And then we have another baby who will be 6 months this month. So it's a full house for sure. So I wake up at 4:45. I wash my face, brush my teeth, get my coffee, kind of get myself up and going. Then I drive to the gym. Try to get to the gym by 5:30, but more realistically, it's like 5:45. Work out till about 7:15. Get home, take my daughter straight to school. Luckily, she lives literally 1 minute from her elementary school. So I take her to school, come back, get ready for the day. If I'm working at home, I'll just open up my laptop and get right to work. I'll check my emails naturally, check on my buyer searches and things of that nature, and then do my to-do list, which is usually set the day before. It usually entails follow-up, lead generation, things like that, even social media posts and marketing and a lot of intentional work for sure. But it's every single day. I treat my job, my business, in a sense of like I'm working every single day. It's not like a day off where I'm just kind of hanging out. So it's just consistency, really.
Well, you mentioned social media, and I've noticed it like over the past year or so, you being more intentional about that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was longer, but tell me about that transition.
Yeah, so I've always been on social media since I was a kid. I grew up playing basketball pretty much my whole life until my senior year in high school, and then I boxed for 7 years. So that entire time that I was in sports, I always just shared my journey. I feel like I naturally just build that brand, that reputation of Diego, someone who works really hard, like first one in the gym, last one out the gym kind of deal. When I transitioned into real estate, first 2 years in the business, I pretty much tried everything from door knocking, cold calling, open houses, you name it, I tried it. And I just sat down and thought, all right, I'm spending a lot of energy. I'm spinning a lot of wheels. I'm like, where are my deals coming from? And then a lot of them were sphere of influence, which in the real estate world means like people that you know. I knew a lot of people from high school because I played basketball and I went to different schools. I went to Potomac Falls for 1 year, but I went to middle school like all through there. So I know like everyone from that area. Then my last 3 years in high school was at Dominion. So both of them in Sterling. I really knew a lot of people in the Sterling, Virginia area. Then I kind of realized, all right, I'm getting a lot of my business from referrals, sphere of influence, and social media. A lot of the initial conversations started through a message or something of that nature. Or, hey, I'm seeing you post. Or even if they called me or texted me, they would say, hey, I see you're in real estate. How else would they know? I didn't call them. They know it from social media. So that kind of made me realize maybe I should be more intentional. Having that awareness that, hey, this works made me not stop at it. And also make sure that I'm pretty much posting every single day. Sometimes I'll intentionally not post, which some people would find surprising. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just I'm going crazy in my mind, but I feel like the algorithm appreciates it, and then I'll post again, and the reaction and response is a lot higher. So can't show my face too much. I don't want people to
get tired of me.
get tired of me, basically. Yeah.
That guy again. So what other strategies would you say that you were intentional with this year?
This year, a lot of it is consistency and kind of stick to what's working. I try not to stray away from what's working. I just had my best year ever. What has been working is taking care of my clients, making sure that the client experience is really well, making sure that I stay in touch and just being genuine. I feel like when I'm around people, people feel the genuine care, the genuine effort, the hard work for as much production as I do. I enjoy it. I enjoy being around my clients and really understanding what they're looking to do, whether it's buying a home, what kind of home they're looking for, or selling a home. How do they want to experience that whole selling process, which can be very stressful. So it's just diving into my clients, taking care of them and taking care of the people that take care of me. I've really seen a big ripple effect, a positive ripple effect for sure in my business doing that.
So you had a client event.
Yes.
How did that go?
It went great. So yeah.
And...
Oh gosh. Yeah. See, this is where I need a Bridget in my life for sure, because I'm not the best at that, but people look forward to it every single year. Every single year we have a holiday party. It's around Christmas time or so. Just invite all our clients and a lot of our referral partners, and people love it. We just rent out a space, provide them with a bunch of food, a bunch of drinks. We do like gift raffle prizes and gift card prizes, and everyone just has a good time. Like I said, a lot of my business is referrals, so it's kind of like a reunion. Everyone sees there like, oh, you bought a house. You bought a house with Diego. Like you bought a house with Diego. So like everyone knows everyone. It's not like a bunch of random people. So it's like a high school reunion. for
Right.
sure. So it went really well. It was cool. We get Santa Claus as well to go in there. So a lot of our friends have kids, so they can really appreciate that. We get professional videographers and photographers, so two different people just kind of obviously just filming the experience, and we send out the pictures to everybody so they can get their own pictures and post them or just keep them for memories and stuff.
So you mentioned that growing up, you kind of
Yeah.
always were, you didn't say the word discipline, but that's what I got from
Yeah,
it.
for
And you
sure.
kind of built your brand.
Yeah.
So tell me, you grew up in Sterling
Yes.
and you had at least two brothers,
One brother.
one brother.
Yeah.
So who is this other one? Is this a cousin?
He's my best friend. I think you're talking about
Okay.
Eric. So yeah,
Yes.
he's someone that we grew up boxing with. and
When did
stuff.
you start boxing?
I started boxing when I was 17, my senior year.
So how did you get into that?
My brother, so it's kind of a long story, so I'll kind of back up a little bit. I played basketball my entire life since I was a little kid, and I was one of those kids that like all I wanted to do was go to the NBA. And you couldn't tell me
Are
no
you tall
that
enough?
I thought I could. I didn't think it was gonna stop me. So I was one of those guys who like for sure was gonna play professional basketball somewhere, right?
Who was your idol? Like,
I had a lot of different favorite basketball players, but like Kobe Bryant for sure was somebody that I looked up to a lot. I liked his mindset a lot of like, if you work hard enough, you will succeed. That was something that I for sure took and like just kind of molded me growing up. So like when he passed, I was shocked. I was at my barber's and I remember I saw something on my phone like Kobe Bryant dies in a plane crash, and I was like, oh my God. And it just like really hit me. Talking about
you were in the chair.
I was in the chair
Okay.
and I just couldn't believe it until I saw it everywhere. He was definitely somebody that I looked up to for sure, more than anything with mindset. I didn't really study his game too much because he was 6'6". I looked up to a lot of shorter like point guards and things like that, like Brandon Jennings, if people know basketball. Someone's watching this and they know me from high school, they know for sure I was like the biggest Brandon Jennings fan. He was not super famous, but he was like the #1 player in high school at the time. And he was really good. I just loved the way he played. He was like 6'1". And he did go to the NBA.
Okay.
He was like the 7th pick. He got Achilles injuries and just kind of stopped. I watched a lot of players to answer your question for sure.
So, like, did your parents have the same mindset? Like, you had to have been almost born with it, or at least in the household.
Both of my parents have a business mindset for sure. My mom and dad had a driving school that they ran, and that's basically all they did. They separated, divorced. My dad now he has his own like mechanic business where he works with like 18-wheelers and bigger trucks. So he's been
Locally?
doing yes.
Okay.
And, like
My
near
daughter's a
like
mechanic.
near Manassas, yeah. So he's been doing that for as long as I can remember, really, since the split when I was a little kid. And my mom is running the driving school now. So she
Okay.
did stop for a little bit and work like a regular job. But even then, she was just working really hard, right? Like working long hours. And then she decided, hey, you know what? I want to start the business back up. And she did. And she's doing great and she's doing amazing. The business is flourishing for sure. So both of my parents work really hard. They've always kind of instilled in me I can do whatever it is I want to do. And like now, me being older, having the hindsight of realizing the subconscious beliefs that I had growing up played a big role in like who I am now for sure. You hear your parents tell you things, you don't really think much of it, but like
Right.
growing up now, I'm so glad that they instilled to me those things just repetitively. You can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. You're the best. You're the best. You're
I
the best.
love that.
Things like that. So played basketball my whole life, and then my senior year, I texted my brother one day like, "Hey, if I don't get a Division I scholarship, I think I want to start boxing." For whatever reason, he didn't think I was crazy. He was like, "Yeah, I think you should finish the season." But
Where was he at that point?
he was boxing. So he was
Oh.
boxing for 2 years, like 2 to 3 years already.
Okay. When
All
you
the
say
time.
boxing,
Yeah.
like all I know is professional.
So
What is-
there's essentially amateur boxing and professional boxing.
Okay.
And boxing is a lot different than you could say other organized sports, whether it's basketball, football, soccer, where you have programs, college, and then there's a league that everyone wants to go to. Boxing is completely different. There is amateur boxing that's ran by USA Boxing. You have to pass like doctor's tests and you have sanctioned fights and things like that. But amateur fights, anyone can do it as long as you pass a health check. Same with professional boxing. Anyone can turn professional if you get your professional boxing license. Same deal, just pass a health test in a sense. But the goal in amateur boxing, one, is to get experience. Two, to also get exposure if you win like national tournaments and things like that, and hopefully get picked up by a promoter. So when you turn pro, you can have a better start to your career and make money quicker. But
Right.
either way, it's a dirty game. Even the people who have a lot of success as an amateur boxer will sometimes still struggle in the pro ranks to like actually make an actual living, if that makes sense. I could go on all day and kind of explain it, but that's really all you need to know about boxing. It's a little unorganized, and when you turn pro, you need to be managed the right way, take the right fights, because one loss in boxing, unlike any other sport, it can really derail your whole career, right? So you need to take the fights at the right time, fight the right kind of fighters until you're in the position to make actual kind of money and establish your career. Because a pro boxing career, a lot of it has to do with talent, of course, determination, but also your management and your promoters. Because you could be a really good fighter and have an upside down record. Like there's some really good fighters with horrible records, but within the boxing community, we all know like that dude can fight. Like be careful. Just picking him. If there's a fighter that's 7-0 and you're trying to get an easy fight, like, oh, fight this guy, he's 8-8. I'm like, hold on, he's not your regular 8-8. Like he could easily be 16-0 if he was matched right. That's what you have to do your research. If you look at his record and all his losses are to guys who are like 20-0, 18-0, 17-0, and he's never been knocked out. Most boxers will never turn down a fight.
Right.
They want to fight. So you need to have a good team that can turn down fights for you. Not because you're scared, just because it's not the right time. It's a lot of risk and reward in boxing.
So, like you said, if you didn't get a D1 scholarship,
Yeah.
So who were you looking for? Like any D1 across the
Any
country?
D1, that
or-
was just kind of my mindset. Like I knew I could play at that level. I've gotten a few letters, but my grades weren't up to par. Like you said, I was 5'11", I was a guard. I wasn't like getting a bunch of offers. I was getting letters and interest, a bunch of D2 offers and things like that. I just didn't want to take that route. I could have gone to junior college for a year and do that. I just didn't want to do that. I really don't know what happened. It wasn't like a long time that I contemplated it. So that same day that I texted my brother that, he's like, okay, cool, you should finish the season. That same night we play our high school rivals, Potomac Falls, where I went. So I know everybody at that school. I was just out of it that game. I was just so thinking about like, what do I want to do?
Well, yeah, you put it into the universe.
Yeah, exactly. So when I say I played literally every minute of every game, I never sat out once. Like my entire junior year, never once got put on the bench. Like I played every single minute of the game. And that game, my coach took me out like the second or third quarter, like, hey, go sit down, man. Like, what are you doing? Your head's not in the game. I can just tell something's off. And he was right, because I was thinking about boxing. Like, do I want to do this? And that same night, I was just up thinking all night, and I just reached out to him like, hey, man, I think I'm done. Long story short, I didn't say I think I'm done. I said I am done. And thanks for everything. And it kind of blindsided a lot of people, rightfully so. But for whatever reason,
Like what point in the season was this?
this was probably like 5 games in. It was really early.
Wow.
Don't get me wrong. Looking back, I should have finished the season, but I have no regrets because, like I said, I really decided in my mind, for whatever reason, I want to box and I want to do this full time. I already know that I'm starting late in the boxing game and I want to do this right now. I don't want to waste no time. I'm 17. Why wait till the season ends and wait several months? I want to start now. I knew I could do it because I worked really, really hard. And like you said, in basketball, I was short. In boxing, I was really tall. I was 5'11", 6 foot. I fought at 141 pounds, had really long arms, was really strong for my weight class. And I had a fight like 3 months later. I won my first 9 fights, was 9-0.
Your first fight was 3 months later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had my first fight 3 months later. In amateur boxing, there's something called novice and open division. Novice is 10 fights or under. Open is you can have
Unlimited.
200, 300 fights, right? Kids that have been fighting since they were 5 years old and all that. My first fight was actually the Golden Glove tournament. So the state Golden Glove tournament, I won that tournament as a novice under the 10 division. And then I won it again the next year as a novice because I still had less than 10 fights. And then I turned open and I won it as an open fighter in my
Wow.
area. So can't remember off the top of my head. I think I've won a total of like 4 or 5 regional Golden Glove tournaments, which is DC, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina. I think Delaware for some reason is in my mind, but I know North Carolina is for sure. So yeah, I just kind of made that decision, had no regrets, and I still don't. I met so many great people through boxing, and then kind of transitioning into real estate. It was a little bit different. It was slower for sure. It wasn't as instant as it was with boxing. When I was 21, I thought about getting into real estate. And
Why? Like what was the...
great question. So my uncle actually approached me. He was part of KW Loud and Gateway at the time, and he was like, hey, I think you guys would be good at real estate. Just random lunch that we had no intentions, no eagerness to do it. And at the time, it seemed pretty intriguing. Like, hey, this seems pretty cool. So left the lunch pretty excited. Like, hey, this seems like a good career change. I was working at a restaurant at the time and also doing personal training at a boxing gym and some in-home personal training as well. Long story short, I still continued to pursue boxing. But right before I was going to turn 24, I was still 23. I decided just like, hey, let me just put a pause on boxing and let me try this real estate thing because I really want to do it. I was already into the entrepreneurial mindset and wanted to just improve myself. You can say I was really obsessed with self-improvement and reading and things like that. Even when I was doing personal training, I was door knocking, I was handing out like personal training flyers and getting in-home personal training clients like that. Looking back, I was crazy. I was like 19 years old doing that. Like, hey, invite me in your home. Ashburn, Brambleton, everywhere, right? Okay. So yeah, that was fun.
Well, those are the good old days.
Yeah. And then I got into real estate. I called my uncle up like when I stopped boxing. I was like, hey, I want to get into real estate. I'm serious this time. Like, what do I need to do? He's like, get your license. Got licensed like 3 months later at the KW office as well. They had a whole training there. Then I became licensed and I was like, all right, now what?
Well, yeah, now what? Like, what happened next?
Yeah, I had no idea what real estate career entailed, right? I really had no idea what a realtor was. I just
Right.
knew that it was
Most
something.
people don't. Would you
Yeah,
agree?
I would agree. I would definitely agree. But I would say most people know more than I did, for sure. So when I got into real estate, KW Line and Gateway, our office, they luckily had a ton of different training classes. And we talked about prospecting, sales, lead generation, follow-up, scripts, communication. That's when I realized, oh, wow. I can be really good at this. I felt like I had a lot of those natural qualities already. And then I knew I had a good work ethic and I still have a good work ethic. Mix the work ethic with my natural abilities, I'll be unstoppable. Like that was kind of my mindset. It was like something I wasn't aware of what I was getting myself into. But when I got into it, it was like a light went off in my mind. Like, I can't lose this game. Because unlike sports, that's such a short window.
Yeah.
I told myself, I'm going to do this long enough until I'm successful, until I do really well.
Yeah. So what gets you through like the hard times? I mean, growth is also about obstacles and challenges and plateaus.
One of my biggest principles in life is gratitude. I have a big tattoo here with a key on it that says gratitude. All these hardships and stuff like that, I feel like I get through them and I look back, I'm like, I guess that was a tough time. Probably would have hindered a lot of people, but you just kind of show up every single day and you get through it. I would say boxing has a lot to do with that. Boxing was a lot harder than real estate, truthfully.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Dealing with the
physical.
nerves, the physical challenges of it, the mental challenges of it. It's just that, just kind of being positive and just counting my blessings and realizing I'm blessed. Like no matter what happens, oh, I didn't hit my goal this month. It's okay. Like you're good. Like there's next month. Just showing up
Right.
every single day. I
And
know
it's
that.
about the mental. It
Yeah.
sounds like what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
Those things that your parents, like that you learned from them growing up, how do you make sure that you instill that in your children?
Common thing you may hear is that, I want to teach my kids what I didn't have or give them what I didn't have.
Yeah.
I know for sure I want to give them what I did have. And that was a lot of love and
I
a
love
lot of
that.
support. I have the best mom in the world, best dad in the world. They both always supported me 100%. I know if I can just support my kids the same way they supported me and show up the same way that I show up for them, they're going to figure it out. And just speaking to them and being aware of what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, because I want my kids to grow up with confidence. I grew up a very confident kid. And a lot of that was just what we said to each other. Right. And you believe those things as a kid. And it's just instilling that into them very early. Like, hey, you can do anything you want. If you work hard and you're determined, there are going to be people who tell you can't. Don't worry about it. All that matters is what you do. I feel like if you can genuinely give your best effort and do your best, the rest should fall in place. As long as you don't cheat yourself in the process, right? Do the hard work. Do the things that people don't see when the camera's aren't on, when social media's not on. Like, you got to really put in the work and really want to do something if you want to be good at it.
Right. How old is your oldest?
She's 5. She'll be 6 in May.
Okay.
And
So
then-
is she in school then?
She's in kindergarten. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. So, like, what is she into? What do you see as
She's
her-
very artistic. She loves to dance. So she did ballet for a little bit. She's in gymnastics and basketball now. I had to really push for basketball, but she likes it now. I coach her.
does?
I coach her.
Oh.
So it's a lot of fun.
How do you have the time?
I don't know. I don't know. I coached her last season and I'm coaching her again this season. We had our first game last Saturday. And
Wait. So when is the season for basketball?
it's winter is usually the season, like
Right.
the school season, you could say. But they had like a summer. Yeah, it was like
Whatever
a
the
summer,
spring-
whatever it was.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
There's a season for everything, right?
Right.
So they had a season that I signed her up for because I wanted her to start right away. I coached it. I've seen coaches that don't really care that much, especially when they're volunteer coaches. I've coached girls basketball before I ever had kids, like little girls, because I personal trained them. And it was
Okay.
a ton of fun. I only did it for one
so
season.
what age did you coach before?
It was second grade.
Okay.
I believe. This time I coached, it was 5 to 6. I've also worked with kids before. Like my first job was at the Dulles Sportsplex, and I taught like basketball and soccer. I never played soccer in my life, but they made me
looked
do
the
it.
part.
They gave me confidence. They're like, you'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you sure? Because I don't know what I'm doing. Like my first day on the job, we're sitting there writing down like a game plan of coaching. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And I just kind of use my basketball background. All right, you're going to run around this
Drills and-
cone and do this and just have a lot of enthusiasm and energy. And the kids loved it. So I've always been pretty good with kids. Being involved with my daughter kind of allowed me to open up that door again. And it's been a lot of fun.
It's all about the energy, you know, and like you bringing that and then that encouragement, the confidence. Like they always say that girls have to feel good to play good, which isn't necessarily the same as boys. And I can't remember what that term is. But it's interesting that you noticed a difference.
It's a lot of fun coaching the girls for sure. I think at any age, when you're coaching a team, you need to kind of have that team camaraderie and get them excited to play. They love it. I'm like, all right, in the count of three, we're going to put our hands in. I want the whole gym to hear us. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. And they just like scream their lungs out and just kind of gets them going and just giving them that excitement that I had as a kid. I want them to have confidence, and I just want to be a good coach because I remember all my coaches.
Yeah.
Even when I was a little kid, I want to give them a positive experience.
So do you think you'll continue on?
As long as I can. I won't be able to coach at the highest level just because it's a huge time commitment.
Sure.
But I think these young years, coaching my daughter, I'll do it as long as I can until she's ready. I'm kind of prepping her like, hey, by the way, I won't always be your coach. Because she loves that I'm her coach, right? It's like, Daddy's my coach. Can I call you Daddy? I'm like, no. Okay, coach.
Oh
yeah, she jokes about it.
It's
hilarious, but it's a lot of fun. And now she's like excited. And in the very first couple games, she didn't want to go, but now she's like, I can't wait for basketball. I can't wait to see my friends. And that's what I wanted. I wanted her to have fun doing it. I'll definitely coach my son as well. He's already shooting. He's way ahead of Genesis. Well, that's my daughter when she played because she did not want to touch a basketball until we actually started the season.
And he's like 3.
He's 1.
Oh my God.
And he can shoot it in the basket. I have videos of him like
world?
shooting in the little Fisher hoops and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he loves any balls. He doesn't want to play with toys. He just wants to play with balls. Even if it's like a little soccer ball, he'll throw it. We signed him up for soccer. It's like an elementary school
At 1
gym.
years old?
Yeah. It's not real soccer. It's like
They're
you
just
do.
Kicking it around.
Yeah.
Okay, cute.
He literally grabs the ball and he points at the hoops.
Oh, wow.
That's like a big hoop. Like the ones we have at home, but bigger. I'm like, yep, you'll be there one day.
So cute.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So clearly they're your why.
Big, yeah, for sure. I love them so much, for sure. It makes it easy to get up in the morning because I just have so much consciously and subconsciously that people that are dependent on me, which is my family, for sure.
So what's next for you?
That's good. I really don't know what's next. I feel like I've learned throughout life that things never go as you expect it. So I do see me continuing to be in real estate for a very long time in the actual production business.
Okay.
I want to get more involved with boxing somehow in the future, whether it's having some sort of promotional or management business venture that I'll do. I don't want to say too much.
What is your involvement now?
Just an assistant coach to my brother. My brother's the head coach of Eric, and it's very cool to see him kind of carry the torch for us. We all grew up fighting together. He had like over 60, 70 fights as an amateur, so he's been boxing since he was like 11, 12 years old. When he wins, I feel like I want to fight even better now.
Sure.
Really, it's amazing.
It's the team.
Yeah, and you get a little bit of the same nerves you did when you used to fight, when you watch someone that close to you and you're ringside and you're instructing him every single round, like, hey, that was a good round. I need you to keep doing it. Oh my God,
I'm getting nervous.
Yeah, no, it's boxing. It's a dangerous sport. Like, we've literally seen people die in the ring, literally pass away in the ring. And it's just understanding, like, that's where I come from. And I like that. It kind of gives me that grit. Like, you can do this, right? Like, speaking on these podcasts and just doing public speaking and just meeting with clients. A listing appointment should never make me nervous when I knew I was putting myself on the line in front of family, friends, everybody, right? You can get knocked down in front of people. I've never been knocked out, but my point is you put yourself out there and you risk it all. This may sound extreme, but it's true. I'm willing to die in that ring. Like, I will never wave the white flag when I'm fighting. Like, that's just the mindset I had. And it's similar in real estate of like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be successful because my family is dependent on me and I'm dependent on me. And the people that I don't know that need me are dependent on me, right? Like my mother when she gets older, my father when he gets older, like things that I'm not even thinking about. It's a bigger picture kind of mindset for sure. And it's just like, I don't really have excuse to not get up in the morning and go to the gym, get my workout out the way so I can have the rest of the day for my business, for my family. Health is a priority as well because I do feel like when I go to the gym, it allows me to be the best me for myself and my family and my clients as well. You need to be in a good mental space to give your best. And if you're not, you're just not giving your best. Yeah. Right? There's more potential to be untapped.
So what would you tell young Diego that first got into the industry, like everything that you've learned, what would you tell him for his first year? How would you prepare him?
I would just say, keep working hard. It will pay off just like you think it will. Because truthfully, I had goals that I expected to hit when I was 35 that I hit at 26, 27. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And that was kind of mind shocking to me. Like, it was just mind blowing to me. I was like, dang.
That blows my mind.
I can do that.
Totally,
you know what I mean?
You can.
Think bigger and work hard and don't doubt yourself. Whatever I put my mind to, I'm going to do it.
Clearly.
Yeah, it might take a little time.
I mean,
it may not be a straight line, but I'm going to do it for sure.
I appreciate you being here.
I appreciate being here. Yeah.
This was so cool. We kind of got into little of everything.
Yeah, no, this is awesome.
So I appreciate you opening up. And now we're friends.
Yeah, now we're official friends.
Like,
I didn't know we weren't friends, but now Now I know we weren't friends, but now we're friends. There's a level of trust, I guess, or
Yes.
knowingness that you need to know before I'm officially a Bridget Trammel friend.